And we're starting today with a teacher who's been putting a smile on many faces this week with his take on Ice Ice Baby. He's been putting into words what many teachers are going through at the moment.
Well, before we hear what teaching through a pandemic has been like, let's take a look at Mr. P in action.
All right, stop. Home educate and listen. Mr. P's back on a virtual mission. Anxiety grabs a hold of me tightly. Writing lesson plans both daily and nightly. Will it ever end, Joe? I hope so. Turn on the Wi-Fi and let's go. To the extreme, my workload is a shambles. Trying to get the camera to find the right angle. Teaching via Skype, Teams and Zoom. Dividing fractions from my kid's bedroom. Dudley, turn your mic off like Melody. Concentrate, because here comes my dope plenary. Record it or stream it, what's the best way? Home learning benefit, no wet play. Laptop's broken, yo, I'll sort it. Gavlar's a fool, don't Ofsted report it. Remote teaching.
Absolutely
really good.
Brilliant. Mr. P, otherwise known as ICT teacher Lee Parkinson, is with us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing, guys?
Well, we're doing really well. Over 500,000 views so far. We watched it in makeup the other day and said we've got to get him on.
Yeah.
This is it's just brilliant. We'll come to that video in a second because this is born out of a podcast that you started with your brother a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've been using social media for quite a while to sort of show my unique look on life in the classroom, and it's the videos I've shared seem to go down really well and resonate with teachers. And yeah, a couple of years ago, I started a podcast with my brother, who is a HLTA, higher level teaching assistant in a school. You know, big shout out to all the support staff in schools. They are heroes in their own right. And we were on a family holiday, just talking through funny stories in the classroom, and we were laughing so much. So we decided to start a little podcast, and 71 episodes later, over 2.5 million listens. We had sort of a live tour lined up, which has obviously been postponed with everything going on. And we've got other sort of exciting projects in the pipeline. So yeah, it's been amazing.
And I guess the thing is, you know, the video clip that we watched there, it's really funny, but it is born out of this kind of really tough, difficult time that teachers are going through at the moment. And you've said that you've never felt more proud of being a teacher than you are now. How difficult has it been, this remote learning through the pandemic?
Oh, it's incredibly difficult. And, you know, what I start by saying is, despite what most people think, schools just aren't closed. Schools are open to vulnerable key worker children, and with the guidance being so sort of loose around key workers, a lot of schools are pretty much at full capacity. So teachers are in school every day with the vulnerable key worker children, but then also expected to provide, you know, at least 4 hours of learning through remote learning. So it's incredibly challenging. It's really, really difficult. And I just think teachers are doing an amazing job. Like I say, I've never been more proud to call myself a teacher, to see how our profession have, you know, stood up to this challenge. And I think what I'm able to do through my social media and the podcast is just give school staff, teachers an opportunity to, you know, a welcome distraction where for a couple of minutes they can realise that it's not just them. We're all going through the same sort of challenges and difficulties, and doing it in a humorous way, I think, just can help bring a bit of light in the darkness. And from all the messages we get, either for the podcast or the videos, that certainly seems to be what's helping a lot of teachers.
You've been described as the Joe Wicks of education, which is not a bad thing to be.
It's not bad, that, is it?
So
you
more
say
like the dad bod of education.
You say you get a lot of feedback. So obviously, you know, you have got the finger on the pulse of what's being said amongst your colleagues, and as you say, they are all incredible. The workload, it must be so difficult to adapt so quickly and march almost overnight to changing all the practices. What's the general feeling now, do you think? Do they want to be back? Are they nervous to be back?
I think, speaking as a teacher, we want to be back in class. You know, through this whole pandemic, all teachers have ever wanted is just to be safe. You know, we know that the best place for children is having them in class, and, you know, no one wants to do this remote learning because it's really difficult, it's really hard, and we know the best place is in the classroom for the children. So, you know, we just want a safe environment for ourselves, our pupils, our families. And, you know, ask any teacher, they would never choose to be doing this remote learning. It's just a means to an end. If it means that, you know, a fellow colleague or a a family member or a member of our school community doesn't become another victim to this virus. It's something we've all sort of got to do. And it has been tough because it was like one evening, we got told on the Monday night that it was going to go to remote teaching. And so, you know, the amount of learning and pressure that's been on teachers has been difficult, but it won't be long before we do hit a bit of a stride with it. And I'm already seeing that a lot of teachers are doing some incredible stuff through technology, which, you know, is my sort of, not expertise because I'm not an expert, but my sort of interest. And it's great to see teachers embracing it to really help the pupils at home.
Well, listen, keep going, keep making us laugh, keep doing what you do. I mean, not only are you teaching key workers kids, you're teaching your own 9-year-old triplets at home as well. So you are quite incredible. Thank you very much. Good to talk to you today.
Thank you very much.